How to catch more wahoo when it's cold. Welcome to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet. This week, I'm going to share one fishing tip with you, and it involves using SatFish to catch wahoo and blackfin tuna in cold weather. It's cold down here, so let's get started right away here. I'm going to pull up a shared screen here and show you my SatFish screen. So I am an affiliate for SatFish, and all my information will be in the show notes. You can use Good Karma to get $20 off your yearly subscription. And what's so cool about it is you can sign up for a free month. So if you like it, you stay on. If you don't, it's all good. So here we go. So I'm going to pull up my shared screen here, and we're going to get started right away. So like I said, I've been using SatFish for many years now, and I absolutely really love it. And it's going to be windy the next few days and cold. So now's a good time to study up for the new moon coming up next week. So let's get started. So I'm going to go first to my homepage because a lot of folks might be new to SatFish, that are watching. So when you pull up the homepage here, you've got the East Coast, Florida, Gulf of Mexico, West Coast, Mexico, Pacific Islands. So you've got all these various regions that you can look at. So this just does not apply to the Florida Keys. Okay. So, but I'm going to be using the Keys as an example. So, because that's where I fish out of. So, okay. So let's pull up the Florida Keys. All right. So the first screen we get right here, you go over here to the right-hand corner, you've got water temperature. Okay. And what's happening? We've got a lot of cloudy days going on right now, but today I started seeing some screenshots here, which is great. So something is better than nothing, okay? And for me, that's a win when it comes to like when I see this. Okay, this is a win for me because we've had a lot of cloudy days. It gives me something, and that's what's been working for me is that I'm seeing just little snippets, so I'm able to put together the picture just based off of what I know just from studying SST charts over the past few years. So, biggest thing is calculating water movements and yeah, just like time on the water. So, anyhow, so let's dig into it here. So, I go back into SatFish here, and we got a shot here at 2 a.m. So, on January 22nd, okay, for water temperature. So, what this is telling me right now, based on historicals, next week it's going to be rather, we're just going to be coming off this cooler weather down here. We've got some lows at night in the 50s down here in the Keys. Water temperatures are going to fluctuate. It's not going to warm up quick, okay? So it might take a little while. So this is where SatFish comes in. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to, like I said, pull up the SatFish here, and cloudy days is a little tricky, but I'm going to give you another function here that you can look at with SatFish that'll give you something to go off of. So I got a screenshot here on the 22nd. The water temperature, here you go to the green area. And so what happens is in the green, there where my cursor's at, you can see it translates up here in the corner to the water temperature. So you got 73.1. Okay. So as you start scrolling out, you can see where you'll start seeing some Gulf Stream water. And right now you've got some 76-degree water right there. Now, from what I seen the last time we had this type of temperature was I saw some nice edges out here. I went out to poke around, and typically the blackfin tuna bite on the new moon is very good. Okay. So where are you going to find them? They typically will be on these temperature breaks. Okay. So you can go out there, you can put together a nice catch of footballs, some skipjack tunas, and maybe even a few dolphin actually. So here and there. But what it's going to be a little bit different, I think, because it's getting really cold up north, and some of some tracking studies that are being done, I've seen some tags come back, and it's showing pushes the dolphin that are just still kind of trickling down south. So it's just interesting, something to think about. So it's all about putting together the puzzle, and that's something that I really like to do. So, and then again, a lot of people love it. So it's just all part of the fun of the fun of fishing here. So we have this nice warm 76-degree water out here. A few years ago, we had stacks of Wahoo that packed along this edge here, okay, along these temperature breaks. Wherever there's black fins, there's going to be Wahoo, like I said, and I've seen it work both ways. So that's something that I'm looking at doing next week is pushing deeper out, looking for. I want to get some. I would like to catch some nice tunas next week for dinner. So I'm probably going to be venturing out if it gets nice, and then fishing. Trying to find these edges out here, and this is kind of where it's setting up. So also too, you can look at the Islamorada Hump area. There's been years, and when the water temperature is right and all those blackfins are there, do the math. You're going to have Wahoo's there. One of the guys in my Good Karma Sport Fishing Club, he caught a nice blue marlin on the marathon hump over it was over New Year's, yeah. So if you move out here, you've got the west hump here, and look at that nice warm water out here, 76. I mean, it's not really warm, but that's what I would consider good Wahoo water, good blackfin tuna water this time of year. And it's setting up right over the west hump. You got the east hump there, of course, and then another good area that you'll find them on is the 408. Okay. So, but for you guys that don't want to make that journey, you want to look for these, you want to look for that edge. Okay. So something to start, and you'll definitely see it. I mean, with the way that the water temperatures are, you've got 73, it's going to stack up against it'll be a good hard edge. It should be. So you're definitely going to see a change in the water there. So you're looking along there, and also, okay, so let's move down here. I talked enough about that. That's something definitely you can look at. Then we'll move down the water color. Let's see if I get a shot here and show you something interesting. So the water's powdery in here right now, and you've got a few eddies that are moving through here, and you can see these eddies here. That's something to keep a close eye on. I've talked about those in the past when it comes to looking for these, what I call Wahoo portals. Okay, these are zones where these fish will just stay. They'll stay with this. Like in here, you can see that nice blue water there. I'll pull up my. So you're looking for these little portals here. Those are what I call, like, that's those little bubbles. I call them bubbles, portals, or whatever. When you find those, you stick with it, and they'll probably have some fish in there. And then it's funny is that you'll say, where'd they go? Well, obviously if that portal's moving with the current, then if you're still fishing here and it's gone, you want to try to move with it. Okay. So that's something to look at. So look for out there. So you've got that, and you've got the I'm going to show you some current here. I'm going to get rid of that really quick. Okay. So those are things that you want to look for and as well. Okay. So let's go to current, which is very interesting. And okay. So I get asked a lot about current, like which way the current's moving. This is like, okay, you've got a south current. Okay. You got heavy north wind. It's canceling out the surface current. There's probably a current underneath it. So that's very light. So it's just smashing itself out of there. So let's move out, and then you'll move out a little bit, and you'll find that first edge out there. You start finding a little current, but really you'll start moving out. You want to look for these well-defined, you fish the seamounts and looking for those. So you'll start seeing some current there, and you keep going out a little bit. This is interesting down here. I want to show you something, but so you've got a south current. So something to think about. And then as you can see it moving in a little closer up there by Pacific. So that's what we got to work with. Honestly, if you're a bottom fisherman, you should be looking at that like every day, watching the movements, all that stuff. So that's something to look at there. So if you don't have any current, obviously you want to look for these little patches here to look for them, and then you make them move out. And then you'll start saying, oh yeah, so right here, if you go back and look at this, you'll find that you have a temperature break right here. Okay. And where that south current goes to the north, you'll have an edge. Okay. And then there should be, if that water's nice, there's going to be blackfins there. Wahoo's cruising along. So something to look at. Again, it's just go through, do the work over the few days, have fun. It's so much fun to watch this, to look at this stuff. Okay, so we've got that, and then I will show you. We've got you can put together a 3-day composite. Obviously, they'll give you a little bit of a shot. I'll show you more eddies and stuff, and which is cool. So one thing I'm watching here now, which is awesome, I think, is see if I can show you here really quick. That's it's fun. There's a really nice eddy down here. Really nice portal, I call it. Gonna be probably carrying some nice fish. There we go. That's out over Woods Wall out here. Something to keep a close eye on here. See how this is gonna move. You can also see it right here. There you go. Okay, so when you take a look at this, this was on January 21st. So you take a look at it, you can see how it's spinning right there, and you've got another one right here. So there's a new, but this is pretty cool to watch. You can see it spin, and then you can see if the closer this gets, this blue water may break off, and then with that it'll move in, and somebody will get lucky and be there at the right place at the right time. Hopefully it's you. So also too, you want to say, what are they going to like? You'll find pockets of warm water that'll move in close, and that's also too what you can look at. But looking at everything, you can see the you can start putting two and two together here. So you've got, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. So you've got I'm sorry, you've got this got the edge right here to look, and then you've got the edge right here, and you've got the nice water here, and then also too you got the east hump, very good spot to fish. You've got your first little break right here. Keep it honest. If the water's a little off color, you keep moving. So and then you go out and you look for that nice edge. So or if you see the tunas on the surface, which is what'll happen is also too, don't be in a rush to go out there. Okay. Don't be in a rush. So meaning that let the water warm up a little bit in the morning. I'm gonna stop the share here. So don't be in a rush to get out there. Let the water do its thing. I remember fishing in the backcountry. The golden rule of thumb is when I was a guide back. The golden rule of thumb: let the water warm up, and the sea trout will come up and start doing their thing. It's the same that goes with offshore fish. I think you want to let the water warm up. You don't want to get the sun bright, and it helps you see a little bit better as far as where the breaks are at. And I don't know, for each their own. For me, anytime you're fishing, it's all good. So I could go out there and spend the whole entire day. And if I don't catch anything if I'm by myself, if I don't catch anything for 4 to 5 hours, I'm okay with it. So, but I typically plan when I go out there and fish on my own, I fish from sun up to sundown. So, and by doing that, I learn a lot about the water. I like to be out there, do different things, and I'll also take the SatFish charts with me, and I'll study different areas as I fish them. So that's what I like to do. But that's just me. I'm a geek when it comes to that. So, so yeah, so that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Just be mindful of water temperatures when it comes in the next week's new moon, and use the SatFish SST chart to help you guys catch more fish. There are some cool stuff. I got some messages from SatFish, and there's something very cool happening with that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on with SatFish here this year. So as I get some information, I'll share. So okay. So to find this podcast and more related stuff on SatFish, I have a Patreon site. Okay, Good Karma Sport Fishing, and I'm going to show you guys where to find the best of. The best of is cool because I'm going and adding different podcasts and stuff that relate to SatFish, that relate to Wahoo, and stuff that I feel you can get the most out of. And this goes back many years, so you're not cruising through stuff and finding stuff. It's all going to be there for you. So we've done a very good job of putting that together, and we're still working on it. So it's a work in process, but it's I would anticipate that you guys will see some cool stuff here. That you see more over the next few days as far as the best stuff goes. Okay, so we go to Good Karma Sport Fishing. Okay, it's the Patreon, and so basically you've got this is the Patreon site. And what you'll do is you can see the collections on the front page, and then you go to collections. I'm sorry, you got the home page, and then you can go through and read that stuff there. And then you go to collections, and you'll have the best of here. You'll have the best SatFish tips here. And then you'll have like grouper trolling, all that different stuff. So again, it'll be there for you if you want to go take a look at it. It's free to join, and it'll all be, it's cool. So uh, appreciate you guys getting signed up for that. And that's all I got for today. So if you guys are looking to, if you know, looking to book a charter here for the next couple months, give me a shout. At Good Karma Sport Fishing. Or actually, you can email me at goodkarmaryan@gmail.com. You can follow us at Instagram. We're going to be doing some different stuff on Instagram, so it's going to be cool to see what you'll get to see there. So as well. So it's my Instagram is Good Karma Sport Fishing _FL_keys. And yeah, that's all I got today. Thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good.